welcome to Nirmal Bang, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Hiral Datia. We have with us Ria Singh, senior analyst, currencies joining in. Welcome to the show, Ria. Ria, my first question coming to you is post the Fed meeting and the outcome, what has been the impact in terms of the dollar?
Well, dollar is at a 2-decade high. That is the impact that the Fed has given after its last FOMC meet. So it has climbed and tested 111.85, which is a 2-decade high. So apart from the Fed aggressive, which he has said that they'll be even looking at another 1.25% hike by the end of the year, and are uh, i- and they are ready to tolerate recession, some form of recession in the economy is signaling a very hawkish stand by the Fed. Also, then there is a escalation situation of Russia and Ukraine. So at the start of the war, this is the like after World War II, Russia has this is the second time that they have gone for a military mobilization. So even after that, we had seen dollar index shoot up. So both these factors have resulted into the dollar index trading high. Right now, it came down a bit because there is some intervention that has happened on the Japanese yen front. But I think dollar index will continue to trade on the higher side, taking into consideration that the Fed has given back-to-back 75 bips rate hike, and this is after even they declaring that 75 bips rate hike is not very normal for them itself, and continuing with such a big quantum is indicating that they are not taking back on their promise of an aggressive policy until the inflation gets under control. So I think it can even test 112, 114 in the coming weeks.
Right. So that's what, so that you're saying 112 to 113 is what the dollar index can test.
Yes, yes.
Right. And from there on, how are you seeing the euro and the pound move?
Well, Bank of England is also scheduled at 4:30 for its rate hike. So they'll go for the rate hike anywhere with 50 to 75 bips, but still they have a long way to play catch up with the Fed. A small tick on the downside can happen, but overall the outlook remains bearish on the pound because Bank of England will be doing its part, whereas with the policy, but then there is a huge borrowing that will be taken out by the new government there, which could put a dent into their current account deficit and thus into their currency itself. So I think even if it in the intraday sessions or in overnight, if the pound USD comes around 1.4, it could again head back towards the bearish leg. So a small jump could come unless there is some major statements from Bank of England and some major guidance given. But unless then, we remain bearish on the pound and euro also, because even they have a long way to play catch up with the Fed. They have just started with the Fed rate hike, and your Fed is already at 3.25, and they are talking about going towards 4.25. So I don't think so eurozone can tolerate such a high interest.
In terms of the Japanese yen as well, how are you expecting the yen to move?
Japanese yen in the intraday session, it has come down because there is an intervention by the government there. The forex intervention has happened, and that is why from 104.5 they have taken it around 142 and so. But again, it's climbing up, so it is not retainable. They have to do something on the interest rate front. They cannot just do forex intervention and keep the rate at a negative. They are the only central bank with the negative rates. So minus 0.10 is their interest rate. So they have to continuously do something. Just doing forex intervention will not aid into a stable currency. So it could again come towards 104, 104, 3, 104.5 if nothing is done on the policy part. So look for a trigger to go short into the USD JPY and JPY INR. So whenever there is such an erratic bullish leg, look for a short opportunity rather than going long at such event.
Right. And so, in light of all of this, Ria, what are the strategies that you would recommend?
The strategy that one can go forward with is buying rupee on dips. So 80.70, 80.78 is a good level to go long. I think it could test 81.25, 81.50, provided there is no intervention by the RBI. If the RBI intervenes, then it can again come back towards 80.20, but then that will be an opportunity to go long. Uh, so with the 81.25, 81.38 is something on the horizon for the USD INR. For GBP INR, I think in the intraday it could test 91.66. So there is that room for the intraday session. But talking on the longer terms, I think we should wait on to what a Bank of England is saying. For JPY INR, look for a breakdown of 56.45. If it gives a breakdown to that, you can go short into the JPY INR for a target of 56 levels. You can keep SL at 56.80. So these are the few strategies that you can follow.
Right. So these are strategies that one should be watching out for. Thank you, Ria. Thank you, participants, for joining in.
Thank you, Eden.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel for in-depth interviews of India Inc. and press the bell icon so that you do not miss our updates.